going on? Another cigarette discussions. Today, here at the Just Listen Record Studio, we just can't help the fact of the overwhelming, I guess, the media coverage over the Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather fight. If you're a boxing fan, this is probably the biggest fight of all time, probably, and it kind of downplays a lot of other fights. I don't want to get into those discussions, but honestly, you know, in the era we're living in, this is probably the greatest fight we ever could come across, you know, and thanks to Manny Pacquiao and the way he's been able to come away and actually show some effectiveness, because if he was another cat like Juan Manuel Marquez that went up and just straight fluked, and you know what I'm saying, there was nothing there, there's something different to Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao actually took the hard route. He beat the hard opponents, you know. He beat Ricky Hatton, which is a tough, quick opponent. He's very kind of square and shit, but it doesn't even matter. He's still tough. He only lost one motherfucking fight out of 40. I don't give a fuck who you fighting. If they're professionals, they can fight. And Ricky Hatton was a pretty good opponent. I don't think he had the best technique. Great opponent. Manny Pacquiao made him look like a fucking shrink puppet. He whooped his ass like immaculately. He beat De La Hoya up, you know, stopped the fight, and he did the same thing to the most dominant fighter I've seen in the last probably 4 years of boxing. I've been watching boxing for a long time, you know, and you know, regardless of money, you know, you take all the discretions, all the biases away. I'm speaking of like dominance. I'm speaking of you know, he puts fear in people. Miguel Cotto. I've never, not that I've never seen a boxer like that. I've seen boxers like that, but he just promised greatness. Manny Pacquiao, on the other hand, we're speaking about Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, of course. I just got news today from a good friend of mine, Nick SL, the Slacking Lyricist. He's on the mixtape and shit. Check it out. He hit me up, told me the fight was over. I already heard about the controversy. Manny Pacquiao is upset because Floyd Mayweather is asking him to take random drug testing. It's not about anything else with the blood or before it or anything. It's because of that word. It's because of the word random. Drug tests are supposed to be random. It just takes everything away from it. It's supposed to be random. So, because in the society we live in, every guy out there knows, everybody watching this video, you know, a pothead or somebody that smokes weed or somebody that does this or somebody that does that. There's flushes and systems like that. You can take drug tests. If you know when you're going to take it, excuse me, if you know you're going to take it, you can do a flush and just get rid of it. Especially somebody of that caliber and got that much money. So Manny Pacquiao gets approached with the biggest fight of his entire life. He's able to make $40 to $50 million in this purse. And this is the greatest payday ever in the history of boxing in total. And Manny Pacquiao turned it all down because he stated that he was offended because Mayweather wanted to take you know, random drug tests, you know what I mean, for the human growth hormone that supposedly he's taking. Put it like this. Manny Pacquiao has set a record of going up 7 weight classes. 7 weight classes. So I think that, you know, now, you know, I'm just looking at Manny Pacquiao. If you go over 5 weight classes from when you were professional at, so let's say you go professional at 125, if you go 5 weight classes up, you can't go over super middleweight without being, you know, hardly regulated with drugs and to see, because that has something to do with your growth. You know, once you become a man, you usually don't grow. If you stop working out, doing everything, you stay at a certain weight. Even if you're fat or tall or whatever, you always stay at a certain place of mass. And Manny Pacquiao has been going up very fast. To give a little small analogy, look at the baseball players. Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds. You know, these players was doing great things for the sport of baseball at the time, and you looked at them and, you know, you want to be sympathetic and say, yeah, you know, they're the greatest baseball players ever. You forget about Babe Ruth and Hank Aaron and Roberto Clemente. They're the great players that did it, you know, in times of struggle. And just to come to find out, they're all being juiced up. You know, then you say, oh, it's just them because they're the greatest ones. They come to find out, it's like half the league. Even the fucking garbage players are on it. Manny Pacquiao is doing something that's amazing. I don't want to make any pre-assumptions on it. It's just I call a spade a spade. I'm a real dude. I'm from the streets, and you know what I'm saying, I don't want to impose that on anyone. You know, I'm from the streets. This is why. No, I'm just saying I take it for what it is, for what it's worth. You know, if Mayweather's the big ticket, everybody wants to fight Mayweather, and everybody in the sport of boxing wants to fight Mayweather. If you're even in the sport of boxing, and you're even in the generation of Mayweather, if you want to fight somebody, it is Mayweather. And Manny Pacquiao has the opportunity to do it, and he's letting it go because he's asked to take random drug testing. And it's very weird to me. He just put a lawsuit out for slander, and it's for 75 grand. So you're trying to tell me out of a fight that you're supposed to get 40 million, 50 million, you're not scared of the guy. You know you can beat Mayweather, but you're going to turn it all down because he told you to take random drug testing, and then you're going to counter sue him for 75,000? Where's the you know what I'm saying, like the recomp? How are you going to recompensate for this, for the 40, 50 million that you're going to lose for the super fight? You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to make this shit happen, Pacquiao. Come on, my dude. You just beat probably the best fighter that I even had prospecting, which was Miguel Cotto. You just beat him. I gave you all the credit in the world at the time. But, you know, somebody tell you to take a random drug test and you acting all funny like that, it just, you know what I'm saying? I got to swallow my words. All the words I said about you when you beat the fight that I had over you. So I love you, Manny Pacquiao. I love what you did for the sport. But if you don't fight Mayweather, you will ruin the sport. And that's food for thought. This is Just Listen Records TV. I'm Mach. Haas is behind the camera. You already know. Take it how you is. Real boxing fans, holla at me. Which comment?